We left off in Mark chapter 14 with Peter, let's say verse 31. Peter kept saying insistently, "Even if I have to die with you, I will not deny you." Peter being one of Jesus' disciples. The verse prior, verse 30, Jesus said to him, "Truly I say to you that this very night, before a rooster crows twice, you yourself will deny me 3 times." 31 also says that the others were saying this, if we have to die, but Peter is specifically mentioned. If we go to verse 50 of that same chapter, Jesus is taken. Verse 50 says, "And they all left him and fled." 51, "A young man was following him, wearing nothing but a linen sheet over his naked body, and they seized him. But he pulled free of the linen sheet and escaped naked." So the disciples are taking off. A lot of people speculate that this young man was in fact the author of the Gospel of Mark. The linen sheet suggests that he was a wealthy person, and this is just his sort of nod to saying, "That was me, I was there," without naming himself specifically. Let's go forward. Peter follows Jesus at a distance. 54 says Peter had followed him at a distance, right into the courtyard. So the others apparently had scattered, but there's Peter. Let's pick it up at verse number 66. "As Peter was below in the courtyard, one of the servant girls of the high priest came, and seeing Peter warming himself, she looked at him and said, 'You also are with Jesus the Nazarene.' But he denied it, saying, 'I neither know nor understand what you are talking about.' And he went out onto the porch, and a rooster crowed." A note on that denial where he says, "I neither know nor understand what you are talking about." This is a legal and a formal denial, according to my notes, common in Jewish law for a formal legal denial. Verse 69, "The servant girl saw him and began once more to say to the bystanders, 'This is one of them.' But again he denied it." So Peter's starting to feel the heat now. Anything could happen at this moment. And he's panicking, and he's denying Jesus. "And after a little while, the bystanders were again saying to Peter, 'Surely you are one of them, for you are a Galilean too.'" So here his dialect is giving him away. And he's hanging out with these Judeans in the courtyard, and they know he's not one of them, and this suggests strongly that he is with Jesus. Verse 71, "But he began to curse and swear, 'I do not know this man you are talking about.'" Verse 72, "Immediately a rooster crowed a second time, and Peter remembered how Jesus had made the remark to him, 'Before a rooster crows twice, you will deny me 3 times.' And he began to weep." This is just a remarkable, a remarkable tale, and a lot of people will tell you that Peter was directly in the ear of Mark, the writer of this gospel. The next passage that we'll read, we'll see what happens when Jesus comes together with Peter after his resurrection. Truly a beautiful moment to pick up Peter, that Jesus picks him up, knows full well that he denied him. Of course, Peter knows that as well. Yeah, you can feel verse 66 to 72. You can feel the screws turning on Peter, and the fear. And it's a striking scene. It's a striking scene where he can go from saying, "Even if I die with you, I will not deny you." And Peter did eventually. He eventually did live up to that promise. Praise the Lord.